Buckingham Palace just made the most consequential, quiet move in modern royal history, and almost nobody saw it coming. Not because it was hidden, not because it was secret, but because the crown operates on a frequency that most people simply aren't tuned into. It doesn't speak in headlines. It doesn't respond to interviews. It doesn't fire back at documentaries or podcasts or carefully timed press tours. It waits, and then, when the moment is exactly right, it acts with the kind of cold, precise finality that only comes from an institution that has been doing this for 1,000 years. Buckingham Palace just acted, and what has been set in motion behind those ancient stone walls will echo through royal history for generations. Because the documents that have now been finalized, signed, sealed, and archived in the kind of records that outlast empires don't just affect a famous couple living in California. They affect two children, Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor. Two children born into one of the most recognized families on earth, who never asked for any of this, who never chose this battle, and who are now living with the permanent consequences of decisions made by the adults around them. Their right to be called royal is gone, not postponed, not under review, not being quietly reconsidered behind closed doors, gone permanently, officially, by order of the crown. Welcome to Royal Report Daily. Today, we are stripping away the tabloid gossip to uncover the clinical, legal reality of a chess match years in the making. We're going to take you through the full story, not just what happened, but why it happened, how it happened, and what it truly means for the future of the Sussex family and the British royal institution itself. Because to truly understand this moment, you cannot start in the present day, or even with the initial fractures of 2020. You have to go back over 100 years, to a world at war, to a king sitting at a desk trying to protect his dynasty from collapse, and to a document that would quietly govern royal identity for every generation that followed. This is the complete story, and it starts in 1917. The year 1917 was one of the most dangerous in modern history. World War I was tearing Europe apart, and the Russian Revolution had just toppled the Romanov dynasty, one of the most powerful royal families in the world. Virtually overnight, Tsar Nicholas II, his wife, and his children were gone, an entire royal line erased. The British royal family was watching all of this very closely, and they were afraid. Because fear, even for kings, is a powerful motivator. King George V understood that the British monarchy was not untouchable. He understood that confusion, instability, and unclear lines of succession could be exploited. He understood that in a world where royal families were falling, his family needed something more than tradition to protect itself. It needed law. So, he did something that no British monarch had done before in quite this way. He sat down with his advisors and his legal team, and he wrote the rules. Not as custom, not as expectation, but as binding, official legal language, documented, enforceable, and permanent. The result was called the Letters Patent of 1917, and it became the legal foundation of royal identity for every single generation that came after. Inside this document, King George V established exactly who could carry a royal title, who could be called a prince or princess, and who had a legitimate claim to a place in the line of succession. His criteria were not vague, nor were they flexible. They were precise, strict, and deliberately designed to leave absolutely no room for ambiguity. Three core rules governed everything. The first rule was bloodline. A child carrying a royal title must come from a verified and recognized royal family line. The crown had to be able to trace and confirm the lineage with total clarity. This wasn't about snobbery, it was about stability. The royal family had seen what happened when succession lines became blurry. Kingdoms collapsed. Civil wars erupted. Families tore themselves apart fighting over who had the legitimate claim. George V wanted none of that. Clear bloodline, confirmed, documented, non-negotiable. The second rule was official recognition at birth. This is the one that would come to matter enormously in the story of Archie and Lilibet. A royal child's birth could not simply be announced by the parents. It had to be officially recorded and acknowledged by the crown itself through its own official channels, not through a press release issued by a private communications team, and certainly not through a statement posted on a personal website. The crown had to claim the child as part of its official record. The third rule was baptism into the Church of England. This was not optional. It was not a suggestion. It was a vital legal step in establishing royal identity.
Well, space. Wow.
He's already got a little bit of facial hair as well. Wonderful.
Just in the family.
Guys, thank you.
Thank
very,
you all
very
so
much.
much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you everybody for all the well wishes and the kindness. It just means so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I get you might look into the camera here. That's great. Give me this way, please. Smile, so they can see it's nice.
Constantly wanting to stand.
I have cameras in my jeans, so I am an old soul.
I think he knows exactly what's
I know. Do you like me? Oh, you like the ladies better, yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. We're going this way.
I think he's too stupid. I think he's too stupid.
Breaking today, Meghan Markle is turning her back on her solemn vow to Omid Scobie never to re-enter Britain. She will be back next month with Archie, Lily and Prince Harry in what is an audacious and sick bid to reverse Megxit. I think this is a disgusting decision, which appears to have been signed off by King Charles III. And the timing of this announcement today is particularly disgusting, given that this was meant to be Prince William and Catherine's moment at Royal Ascot. And let's think for 1 minute about what is going through the head of the future King and Queen of England, who are absolutely determined to keep their troublemaking relatives in exile for the rest of their lives because they know deep down in their souls that these two are trying to ruin the British royal family. So, King Charles, what are you doing? British government, what are you doing? And while I completely agree that it was disgusting the way that Meghan and Harry were using their children as some type of blackmail tool, I have long provided the blueprint as to how they could arrive privately with no extra security to take the grandchildren to see Charles at Balmoral, and that is all that was required. So we are going to get into all of the breaking news today, what the mainstream media is saying, what's really going on. We're also going to have powerful analysis from Royal YouTube Sensation, according to Taz. But the way that this story has broken out of Bronte K in Australia is very interesting too. So here's the headline. It dropped on news.com.au just as it was widely known that Catherine and William were going to be attending Royal Ascot today. So do not tell me that is a convenience. That is a coincidence, people. That was absolutely an announcement designed to take the attention away. And it was very much clearly briefed by Montecito. Headline, Prince Harry, Meghan and their 2 kids to return to the UK in a matter of weeks. Branded and exclusive. In the top line, the reporter Bronte Coy goes with this line that it is because of a great sadness that Harry feels at the disconnect with his home country. So immediately trying to emotionally manipulate us into believing that in some way Harry is doing the right thing, despite the fact that his behaviour for years is the reason that we are in this position and the reason why the British royal family has been threatened. News.com.au can exclusively reveal that the entire family is planning to make the trip from Montecito, California, in line with the Duke of Sussex's 1 year to go Invictus events in Birmingham in mid-July. It does not appear there are plans for the family to relocate to the UK permanently, wait for it, at this stage. At this stage. They're seriously trying to dismantle Megxit. They've got another thing coming. Here is the source quote. It's been a real point of great sadness for Harry especially that he's been unable to bring his wife and kids back to the UK safely to reconnect with family and friends, but anyone would understand his desire to put their safety first. A source close to Harry told news.com.au of his decision. Now, this is gaslighting. It's pure gaslighting because Harry has been safe. Every time he's come, the children would have been safe, far safer than they have been in Ukraine or Colombia or Chicago.
Did the British media spend years telling us Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, never wanted to do anything with the UK, only to turn around and lose their minds over reports that she actually might be coming back? According to reports, Prince Harry is exploring the possibility of bringing Meghan, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet to the UK for events connected with Invictus Games. The big issue still remains the same one Harry has been talking about for years: security. Reports suggest that there may be a pathway for the family to visit Britain together after years of concerns about protection. A father wants his children to know the country he was born. A grandfather may get the chance to spend time with his grandchildren. A family may be able to travel together safely. What fascinates me is watching the royal commentariat treat a potential family visit like it's a state summit. Every rumor becomes breaking news. Every possibility becomes a debate. Every mention of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, turns into another round of speculation. At the center of all of this are 2 children who have barely spent any time in the UK because of ongoing security concerns. Prince Harry has said repeatedly that he wants Archie and Lilibet to know their British heritage. That's not a scandal. That's a father. If this visit happens, good. If it leads to family members seeing each other, even better. And if Archie and Lilibet get the chance to build memories in a country that's part of their story, that's something worth celebrating. And to be honest, I don't really care how you feel about the monarchy. I don't care about this war between the Durangers and the Sussex squad, or this competition between the Sussexes and the Waleses. The bottom line is, it's about family. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet should have the opportunity to meet their grandfather. Where it goes from there is really up to King Charles. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the Notorious JTB, Notoriously Opinionated, signing out.